Yeah, I'm Eric, and I'm excited to talk to you today. And the topic that we're going to review is why company culture matters. And it's a topic that I'm super passionate about. Um, and part of it is because the culture that we have at Copes has had a huge impact on me personally and professionally. So I think real quick, I want to just say that company culture is the who and the how we go about things. And I believe the who and the how is more important than what we actually do. So we're going to unpack that a little more as we go. So now I'm going to take a moment and just introduce myself a little bit, give a little background on who I am and how I got here, because it's hard to talk about this topic and without it being personal, because it's a very personal topic for me. So I grew up in West Michigan on a dairy farm, milking cows, doing field work, fixing equipment, breaking the equipment, fixing it again. So I did that, and it was a great way to grow up. Learned a ton. It's hard on the social life, but that's okay. I didn't need that. Then I went on to earn a mechanical engineering degree at university, and after that, worked for about 3 years for a tier one automotive supplier in Holland as a manufacturing engineer. So essentially, I worked with the equipment and processes that are used in production, and we were producing automotive interiors at that time. Um, while I was there, I really struggled with my contentment and purpose. And part of it, and some of this I can figure out in hindsight, part of it was due to what I was doing. Part of it, though, was due to the corporate culture at the company I was working at. And then also part of it had to do with my own heart. So then, after 3 years, and so it's 19 years ago, for 19 years prior to today, Copes gave me an opportunity to join them as a project manager. So now the what part of what I was doing got really cool. I was working with designing and building and debugging automation. I was able to help out customers. I was able to be productive. Awesome experience being able to do some really cool stuff. Then also the who and the how. So I mentioned that earlier, right? The who and the how of my occupation was also a huge step up. The mission and purpose and core values that Copes had, I found that I could really align with. And then finally, my heart changed. I found that I could be involved in manufacturing, which is cool and fun to do, but yet also have it aligned with my own life's purpose. Then about 8 years ago at Copes, I was able to join the leadership of the company. And since then, I've led a variety of elements within the company, and it's been a blast. I've had fun. I'm fulfilled. I feel like I'm making a difference. Sometimes not always a good difference, but I try to make a good difference. And then along the way, I've learned even more about the value and importance of a great company culture. And for me, a big piece of that company culture is how a team acts when things go difficult. And so like right now, for example, we're all going through a difficult time of COVID, right? And it's a great example. And for me, it just reinforces how our team has responded and acted throughout this whole experience, has just reinforced my admiration and appreciation for the culture we have. And yeah, because something like COVID can bring out all kinds of different emotions and fears, strong opinions, and all that. But along the way, the team has been able to keep their focus on two things, the health of our team and our community, which involves more than just not getting the virus. It also means keeping people paid, employed, not having to lay people off and all that stuff. But then also being able to carry out our mission yet. And our mission is to serve our customers with the best automation systems. But we still need to do that, even though times are tough. And so it was just been a really neat experience to see how the team stays focused on those things, even in difficult times. So today, I lead the strategic growth portion of the company. And so what that means is me and the team I work with, we're focused on people growth, advanced product development, and enterprise progression. And what that all builds towards is growth. And growth is a massive part of the Copes culture. And for me, I personally just love that I get to focus on that part of it. Now, all right, so that was kind of background on me with a little extra stuff built in there. Now I want to talk a minute about what company culture is. And remember, we still haven't even asked the original question of why does it even matter? Well, we'll get to that. So everyone has their own definition of company culture. And I believe that's because they're looking through the lens of their own priorities, and what their current situation is and their current difficulties and things that work great for them. But if we really try to peel it back and look at it from a distance, company culture can be defined as the who and the how we do business, like we talked about at the top. It's the who and the how as opposed to the what. The what would be like doing electrical work or mechanical engineering or project management. That's what we do. The who would be, hey, the personalities and character traits of the team members. What is the team like that I'm a part of? And then the how would be things like integrity and excellence. You know, hey, are we doing what's right even when it hurts? That kind of thing. So I'd like to kind of go through a few examples of what company culture, you know, things that symbolize or stand for company culture. And obviously you're going to get a little bias in this. But so company culture is things like teamwork and collaboration with a humble spirit versus a group of individuals looking out for themselves. You know, so that's a defining point in company culture. You can also ask things like, hey, is integrity a priority and you work on it all the time? Or is it just what you do to be the employer uses when it's handy for them? Is there a focus on solving problems or on avoiding blame, right? Are the people nice or are they jerks? What's the ownership structure look like? Is it publicly traded? Is it employee owned? What's that like? Now, let's get to why it actually matters. So if all you want to do is earn cash today, then it doesn't matter. Find a job that pays the most. When you find another job that pays more, move to that one. Work on your own personal advancement to maximize your earning potential. Okay? But I believe there are two main reasons for why it does matter. One, I believe there's a higher calling to your job than just putting in time and making money. It's your occupation. It's a part of who you are. And you can impact your community and our world with a job in manufacturing, whether it's doing automation, manufacturing medication, or deep draw metal components. Okay, so part of that then is you need to determine what your life's purpose is, and then you need to find a company where their purpose aligns with your purpose. So that's one reason, is I believe there's a higher calling to our occupation or to our job. Okay. Secondly, and this is kind of selfish, is it's more enjoyable and fulfilling. When you have an alignment in values, your values with the company values, you're going to find fulfillment. Little things aren't going to bother you, right? It's going to be, it's going to be a lot more fulfilling. And a little secret, you probably are going to get better advancement in the long run than when you're just looking out for number one. Also, if you align with the company culture, work is going to be more fun, right? So think about it. If you're going to, I don't want to work with jerks. It's hard to have fun when I work with jerks. I also don't want to work with slackers. I want to go hard at it and it's fun to be challenged and pursue things hard. I also believe that you're going to do better in your trade. If you're not looking over your shoulder, you don't have to get defensive. And if you're working with coworkers that are going to push you and help make you better, and along the way, you're going to make friends and be able to work with your friends. So in conclusion, remember that culture is the who and the how, okay? Who and the how we do business. Also figure out your own personal life purpose and align yourself with a company where it complements that purpose, okay? Culture has a massive impact on your career experience. And I promise you that your career is more important than just squeezing out the last dollar. So finally, too, I'm really passionate about Koops' culture. Hopefully you get a taste of that little bit. And I welcome you to check out our website. You can learn more about our culture there and what we do in the industry.